I started this channel 5 years ago, and when I started thinking about how to celebrate the 5th anniversary with a bunch of fun videos, I wanted to get your input. So I posted that question out there and I got a lot of feedback, a lot of good ideas, and a few different people said, what if we went through all of your like top 10 most popular videos or your most popular videos about this, the sort of things like that. But then one lady named Paulette suggested that I do top videos by year. And I thought that's a great way to celebrate the 5th anniversary by looking back. So in this video, I'm going to show you a little clip and tell you about my most popular video in each year and reflect a little bit on, I think, why those videos became so popular. So we're going to dive right in. We're going to start in year 1, 2020. This was my most popular video. Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and this is the ESV Premium Small Bible Roundup. That is wild to look back and see how different things look here in the studio with my very nice 4K high quality camera, microphone, studio lighting. Back then I got started with, sitting at my dining room table with my iPhone, no gear whatsoever, just exploring the world of Bibles. I recently did a really fun video where I rewatched my very first Bible review, which was only a couple of months before this one. So the most popular video from 2020 is the Premium Small Bible, ESV Premium Small Bible Roundup, where I reviewed those 4 Bibles side by side. As of when I'm recording this, it's got about 35,000 views. And I started my channel by reviewing a series of ESV Premium Small Bibles, and I said I'm going to go on this like a little bit of an adventure to try to find the best premium small ESV Bible. So I think the reason why that one did so well is because I did kind of build up to it. I reviewed all 4 of those Bibles individually, and then I did this culmination side-by-side thing. I honestly probably haven't done enough comparison videos on my channel. Every now and then in a review, I'll grab another Bible and do it side by side, but that's one of the things that I love about my friend Randy Brown from Bible Buying Guide is that he's constantly doing comparisons between this Bible and that Bible. So if you'd like to see more comparison videos, definitely let me know in the comments. I should probably think about that a little bit more here on my channel, but I think that's why. It was early, it was fun, and it was me trying to capitalize on some of these other reviews that I'd done and bring it all together. And it was exciting for me at the time as the channel was just getting started. I mean, I had less than 1,000 subscribers, and it was really fun to see people get excited about these videos and start to watch them and ask questions and things like that. So the best, most watched video of 2020, the ESV Premium Small Bible Roundup. Now let's take a look at 2021. Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the newest edition of the ESV Study Bible in buffalo leather from Crossway. No surprise there, one of the best-selling Bibles of all time, one of the most popular Bibles in the world, the ESV Study Bible. I can see why that would get a lot of views. Did you notice that the studio changed? I moved from the dining room up into, it's actually that's the bonus room. It's where I do my office, where I edit all of these videos and where I write my books now. It's the bonus room above our garage with that kind of, I put that fake wall in behind. That's not real wood. It's this thing called stick wood where you stick it on the wall, but it took me forever. I had a really fun time putting that together. But so I got a slightly nicer camera. I'm still not into 4K. You won't see 4K until this year or until late last year. But I think I was actually surprised that that video did so well. It was just a normal review, but very quickly it started to rack up views. As of right now, it's got over 75,000 views. And I remember being pretty surprised when it quickly jumped up to being my most watched video within like the first few weeks of it being out. But I think that just all goes back to the ESV Study Bible is really popular. I think people are searching for it. If I look at the analytics of that video, I can see YouTube search is one of the high things. So people go to YouTube and type ESV Study Bible, and that video started popping up. The algorithm obviously liked that, and people were enjoying the review content. And it's a pretty traditional review of the Study Bible, but I focused on the fact that it was the new buffalo leather edition, but I also kind of did an overview of the ESV Study Bible as a whole. So it makes sense to me that that one took off the way it did because it's such a popular Bible. So 2021 ESV Study Bible. Let's move on to 2022. Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video we're going to be taking a closer look at Bibliotheca. Not only is this 5-volume edition of the Bible one of the most thoughtfully designed and beautifully crafted things I've ever seen, but it's also got a really cool backstory and some exciting things that are coming in the near future. And in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. The Bibliotheca review 2022, the very end of 2022. This was my first video to surpass 100,000 views. It's sitting right now about 108,000 views. This Bible sits over my shoulder in every single one of my videos. Still there in the bonus room. It was before I moved in here to my new studio. But man, that was a really fun review. I mean, I recorded this in 2022, 8 years after Bibliotheca was launched. But over the course of the previous year, I had started to get to know somebody I'd call a friend, Adam Lewis Green, who created Bibliotheca. And so I wanted to kind of go back and look at the viral Kickstarter campaign that got Bibliotheca started and how it kind of took off, but also to do a proper, full, in-depth review of Bibliotheca. And one of the things I love about that video is I love that it was popular because I spent so much time. Up until that point, I worked harder on that video than anything I had ever done in the YouTube space. And I remember Adam watching the video and saying, man, this totally captures the heartbeat of what is behind Bibliotheca and all the work. And he was just like, thank you so much for such a great review. And as a matter of fact, one of the reasons why I think it's actually gotten more views is that Adam, outside of me, there's a way in Google Analytics to promote a video, and so he has used my video to promote, to get people's eyeballs on Bibliotheca so he can sell more copies of it. So I think he's kind of promoted the video a little bit, but it's really fun that video did so well and took off because I really care about the project and I really spent a lot of time and energy on the video. So Bibliotheca, the full review, 2022. The most watched video that year. It's time to move into this studio and see what the most popular video was in 2023. Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm going to do something I honestly never thought I would do. I'm going to give you a list of Bibles that I don't like. The Bibles I don't like video. I have a love-hate relationship with this. I actually had this on my to-do list, on my potential video list for over a year when I created it. And I was really hesitant to get into this negative space on YouTube. There are a lot of content creators out there, a lot of Christian content creators out there who talk about things and they debate and they get into the negative, and it's not all just positive. And that's a really great way to get eyeballs on your channel. And I was really hesitant to do that. If you've watched my channel very long, you know that I like to be positive and encouraging, and I don't like to focus on the negative, but I worked really hard. Even if you go back and watch that whole video, and I'll put links in the video description to all of these if you want to go watch them, I'm apologetic the entire time because I was feeling so awkward about making that video. And a lot of people, I think, expected it to be like Bible translations I don't like or stuff like that. So it was more about physical copies of the Bible and aspects of Bibles like that. I've subsequently made that video. Stay tuned for a moment. I think that the negativity drew a lot of eyeballs. It was very clickable because it's like, oh, this guy's usually really positive. He doesn't do stuff like this. So I think a lot of people clicked into it. It jumped up over 200,000 views very, very quick. And until the video that's number 1 from 2024, it was definitely the most watched video on my channel, and I never thought anything would surpass it. But it's sitting at close to 220,000 views now, and I went and rewatched the whole thing the other day, and I was like, I'm actually kind of proud of the way I handled all of that and the way I talked about it. And so I haven't started to create all negative content, but every now and then I kind of tip into that, and you're tiptoe into that, and you're going to see that in these next couple of videos as well. But I think that's probably why, is that it's just something different. It's a little bit clickable. It's a little bit feisty, and so people want to see what that's all about. So 2023. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, I'm in the studio now, so here I am in the new space. Still not 4K, we're getting there, but a lot of people asked me for a couple years when I was going to go to 4K, which didn't happen until last year. But yeah, so 2023, over 200,000 views as it sits right now. Bibles I don't like. And now for the biggest one of all time in 2024. Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the only Bible endorsed by Donald Trump, the God Bless the USA Bible. My review of the God Bless the USA Bible from April of 2024 has over 770,000 views. It's getting closer to 800. It stuck around like 600 for a while, and then when Trump won the election last fall, it got another spike. And I think everybody knows why that video was so popular, is because it became a global news story. And so the backstory on this, and I've done a couple of other videos about it to share this, but I knew about the God Bless the USA Bible for a couple of years. When it first came out a few years ago, I was aware of it. But that day in like late March, early April, when Donald Trump released a video endorsing the Bible, several people sent me the link and were like, did you see this? And so I hopped on the website and I was like, oh man, it's going to be like $70. I don't really want to pay for this. But it's not very often that what I'm doing here on YouTube crosses over with like a global news story. So I decided to order one, and it said on the website it was going to take a while to get there. So in my head, I was thinking, by the time this arrives to me, it's not going to be a news story anymore. Well, the Bible showed up like 48 hours later. And so I was able to get the Bible, review it, process how I was going to review it, think about it, and I was able to get it out within like, I think 3, 4, 5 days of that initial endorsement video coming out. So it was still a global news story. And the video did really well the first day, but then it was like 2 or 3, maybe even like 10 days in, there was this spike in the analytics. It got like 90,000 views in a single day. By the way, like at that time, 90,000 views was like what I would get in like almost an entire month, right? So it skyrocketed. And obviously, I think because it was such a national, global news story that a lot of people were talking about it, it then spiked. I've shared a lot of different things. I don't think it really had anything to do with the fact that I was being negative about it, because the thumbnail, the title wasn't super negative. It just said an honest review of the God Bless the USA Bible endorsed by Trump. But I think because of all of that, it skyrocketed. Many people know that a few months later, like 3 months later, 2.5, 3 months later, Jimmy Kimmel used my video in his monologue as he was talking about the Bible. And a lot of people said, did that like make it skyrocket? Actually didn't. Like being featured on a late night talk show did not actually make that video skyrocket to new views. It was already still doing really well. I think I saw just a slight uptick, but that didn't really change it. I saw a much bigger uptick, like I said, when the election happened last fall. So almost 800,000 views. I find it hard to believe that I will ever have, I hope I have a video that does better than that, but I find it hard to believe that I will ever have a video that will have more views than that one does. I don't really think that's possible. So 2024, the review of the God Bless the USA Bible. And since we're a few months into 2025, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the best video from this year. When I first started working on my book, Bible Translations for Everyone, in the outline, there was a chapter called Bible Translations to Avoid. And after some thought and prayer, I decided not to write that chapter, not to include it in the book. And so I decided to make this video because I do want to go on the record about 2 specific translations of the Bible that I think you need to avoid. This is Bible translations to avoid. First and foremost, you see we've now got to 4K. I bought this brand new awesome Sony a7C Mark II last year. A lot of people said, hey, you need to upgrade your cameras. You need to get into 4K. I called the YouTuber I think of when I think about the nicest, best looking content on the Bible YouTube space, which is Mark Ward. Mark was incredibly helpful to me, gave me so many tips about cameras and lenses and things like that. So A, things are looking a little bit sharper, a little bit more crisp. And B, this idea of translations to avoid. I kind of took that idea from Bibles I don't like to talk about Bible translations I don't like. As I said in the video, I did not include a chapter about Bible translations to avoid in my book, Bible Translations for Everyone. Link in the video description. If you have not ordered it, if you have not read it, it's a really fun book. You should definitely check it out. I didn't put that in the book, but I wanted to include that on the channel in this bigger series of videos I'm doing about Bible translations. You can check out the playlist. I'll put a link to the playlist in the video description to all of my translation-themed videos. Everything from the dangerous side of the extreme KJV only movement, to dissecting, is the message a translation or is it a paraphrase, to the best Bible translation for deep study. Lots of different fun Bible translation themed content in that playlist. And so I wanted to add this video to that, to give a little bit of a warning about a couple translations that are very, very popular out there in the world around us that I think you should avoid. And so I spent a lot of time on that video. I really wanted to get it right. That might be, for the length of that video, the final edited length, that might be the most time I've ever spent preparing for a video. But I really wanted to get that one right, and I'm proud of how it turned out. And I think that one of the reasons, again, is because people kind of like the spicy stuff. You know, when it's a little bit negative or it's a little bit controversial, that often tends to get clicks. That video has been out for just a little over 2 months, and it's already gotten over 100,000 views. So I think in terms of like speed to that 100,000 mark, the only one that's done better than that is the God Bless the USA Bible video. So it's fun to see that one taken off and people really like it. There's actually several videos here in 2025 that have done really well, as I've been kind of, you might have noticed on my channel, kind of tweaking a couple little things about how I do things, and still doing Bible reviews, but adding in some other content that's like Bible review adjacent or Bible translation themed stuff. So I'm trying some different stuff, but it's fun to see the growth of the channel. So there you have it. The best, most watched videos each year of my channel. Let me ask you a question. If you think back about your favorite video that I've ever done, is it one of those, I guess it's not 5, it's 6. Is it one of those 6 videos, or is it something else? Leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite video is that I have ever released. I would love to hear from you. And again, if you want to check out some of these videos, scroll down to the description of this video. I'll put links to all of them so that you can check them out. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. We're in April. It's been a fun month celebrating the 5th anniversary. We just crossed 200,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. We've got so much fun stuff happening. Several giveaways. If you haven't checked out the giveaways this month, go check those out, and definitely stay tuned because there are more coming before the month is over. So we're having a lot of fun. But thank you to everyone who recommended doing this look back. I love being able to look back every now and then. I'm kind of one of those people who likes to think about what's coming and kind of keep my eyes forward, but it's fun to look back and see the growth of the channel and to think about all the fun that we've had here. So I truly appreciate all of you so much, everybody who subscribes and watches and likes and comments. It means the world to me. I truly love this community that we've kind of created through this channel. So it's a lot of fun, and thank you for joining me on a short little look back. Another great video is coming very soon. I think the next one on the schedule is a giveaway. That's right. Stay tuned. Another giveaway coming very soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.